Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Terrorcon Rippersnapper. He is from the second wave of Deluxes for Power of the Primes. I feel like I've been hunting for these guys forever. It's been a long time and I finally found them on Amazon and I just got them the other day. And then immediately after they arrived I went to about 2 different Walmarts and they're everywhere now. So Walmart was just trolling me, but at least I finally have them. I'm very excited to finally have them. So I decided just randomly to pick Rippersnapper first, but of course I'll be going through all 5 probably here in the next week or so. Yeah, I don't know. Rippersnapper looked really cool. I really love this artwork in the back on the card. I think that looks really fantastic. Very excited for the rest of the Terrorcons coming in Wave 3. I've already reviewed Hunger, who is the kind of middle of the Gestalt robot, the leader for the Terrorcons. He was Voyager in the second wave. So the rest of the limbs will come in Wave 3 for the Deluxes. Spin them around to the back. You get Terrorcon Rippersnapper. How will the Ferocious Terrorcon ground attack specialist wield the power of the primes? That's a bit of a mouthful. He is a Ferocious Terrorcon ground attack specialist. There you go. That's what he is apparently. So robot mode. Then you have this kind of like space shark with arms and legs. I just always love the Terrorcons because they're just crazy monsters. You know what I mean? They're just having fun. But I really like this form. It's out of this world. It's nuts. Obviously, they show him with the piece connected to his chest, and then you can use some of these Prime Masters to go with them. These are from the second wave. I do not have either of these, unfortunately, so I cannot show them off in this video, as they are featured prominently on the back of the card. But yeah, so that's going to be it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and bust them out of there, and we'll take a closer look. So here we have Rippersnapper out of the packaging. I absolutely love the look of this figure, but we'll get into that in 1 second. Real quick, here is the card he comes with. Again, nice artwork there. I like that a lot. Turn it over, it says, Prima Rippersnapper helps bots eliminate weakness to become superior warriors. So he's like a life coach. I don't know. This is weird for a Decepticon. But there you go. Nice collectible card, thick cardboard. Put that off to the side. That's all for that. He's got his little hand connection piece. You can pull this off and fit a Prime Master inside there. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Otherwise, it's very similar to one of the ones that comes with the Dinobots. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same molding. They just molded it in blue instead of black. You can make it into a fist very simply. Pop this peg out. So there you go. Close that back up. Put that off to the side for the moment. Here he is. I love this guy. I think he looks fantastic. I really, really do. I think they did a great job. Absolutely love the head sculpt. I think they nailed that. Really looks good. It's a little difficult to see just because his brow's a little bit, but obviously he's got 2 big red eyes, yellow painted face. Love the Decepticon symbol here on the front. All the paint here on the kind of torso of the figure looks really good in my opinion. But really like the design. Doesn't have a ton of kibble. Obviously, he's going to have a little bit, but I think that kind of shark head on the back looks good, and it's very reminiscent of the original G1 figure, so it doesn't bother me at all. I like it a lot. Posability, head's on a ball joint, as per usual. Ball joint here in the shoulder, but you also have kind of this up and down, the shoulder inside joint, and then the ball joints here in the actual arm part. Ball joint here in the elbow. Nothing in the bicep or anything like that, but you really don't need it. And then the fists can rotate, which will come into play for the monster mode. You have a movement here, full rotation in the waist, and then in the hip you have a ball joint, you have a thigh swivel, pretty much 90 degree in the knee, and then nothing in the ankles because it's one solid piece. But perfect articulation. There's nothing I really miss out on. The bicep swivel doesn't bother me at all. I don't think that's necessary. I love this robot mode. I really can't. There's even some paint in here on the shins, on the shin guards or kneecaps, whatever you want to call that. But yeah, I really have nothing to complain about. I think they did a great job with this. It's awesome to get this updated version of the Seacons. Wow, Terracons. Where's my mind today? But yeah, I love this. I really do. I think this is a fantastic job. Really, really well done. Wonderful head sculpt, wonderful paint job. Just overall, really great. So we'll go ahead and get... Oh, you know what? Before we get into the transformation, let's show off this thing. I always forget about it because to me it's kind of meh. But this little panel flips down. You can clip this to his chest. He's got this big goofy thing on his chest. You can pull this off, and then you bring in a little Prime Master. Unfortunately, I don't have the Wave 2 Prime Masters, as I mentioned previously, because I just can't find them in my area or anywhere for a reasonable price. So take the little Pretender shell out, and we'll just transform this little guy and pop him in. So there you go. Now he's wielding that power of the Prime through this goofy giant chest thing. I don't know. This gimmick to me, I don't care for it that much. I kind of like using the Prime Masters with the larger pieces that the two Voyagers have, like they use for feet. I think they just kind of fit into those a little bit nicer. That's just me personally. The goofy hand chest gimmickies for the Deluxes, I don't know. Just not my favorite thing. They're fine, you know. I don't need it. I'm buying these mostly because it's Terrorcons, and I want a nice updated version of the Terrorcon that will also become part of a Gestalt robot. And in that regard, this guy's going to knock it out of the park. So let's go ahead and get to his shark transformation. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to unpeg the shark head from the back. And you can see there's two joints here, and that's going to kind of swivel up. Now, you don't have to turn the head around 180. The directions don't say to, but I like to do it just because if you turn it around, and then this whole thing is going to come over, and you can see that there's two little indentations here. And that's where what was this piece, the tabs that were pegged into the back are now going to peg into that. So you just bring it all the way forward, and then it snaps in place. So it does completely cover the head, and the shark mouth does open. And I just kind of like to turn the head around. That way, if you look down the head of the mouth, you don't see like a bright yellow face. So again, you don't have to turn the head around, but I like to. For the arms, literally all you're going to do is rotate the fist 90 degrees so that the claws are now facing up. That's it. That is your... If you want to move, I guess you could push these down a little bit just so that they're a little lower, but it doesn't matter. So that's basically your entire top of the torso for the monster mode. You're going to spin the waist 180 degrees. Then you're going to open these up. And the tail you can see is inside, like the calves or the back of the knees, I guess, for lack of a better term. So you're going to bring out these shark tail pieces. They just kind of rotate out. And then you can open this up. And then this whole part just collapses, you know, very similar to what you're used to with these Combiner Wars figures. Aerial bots, Stunticons, all kind of the same. And then you're going to smush these together. They will smash and peg together. Then you're going to just close them up. And everything does peg together very nicely. And then you're going to also peg together the two shark tail pieces. You're going to want to make sure they're actually lined up. And you can do this a lot more effectively and efficiently than I'm doing it now, because I didn't line it up before I pegged everything else. So it's giving me trouble. There we go. So now I have everything pegged together. You can put the shark piece up just like that. And then at this point, you just kind of lift up these monster legs. You can see that there's a little tab right there. And that was pegged into just this. Let me get a little closer. This little spot right here, this circle where the screw is, was just lightly tabbed onto there. So when you undo that, then you can extend out the monster feet. And then you're pretty much good to go. So you kind of straighten them up. And you have your weird, strange shark monster with legs and feet. Which I absolutely love. I love the look of this. I just think it's fantastic. The color scheme is great. The cream color white and the blue really work well together, in my opinion. It worked for the original toy. It works here. Mine, for some reason, doesn't love to stay together all that well, but it's not a huge problem. It stays together well enough, and I think it's just mine. But yeah, he looks great in the shark mode. I really like it a lot. Now you have these guns. They can come off. I didn't show that earlier, but you wanted to put them in the fist. You certainly can do that. I love the look of them here on the side, so that's why I left them on. They particularly come into play in the shark mode. You can bring them a little bit forward. So he has a weapon in addition to his claws. And I love this on the top of the head. This is meant to resemble like an old rub sign. Now obviously it doesn't work like a rub sign, but that's what it's meant to emulate. And I think that's really cool. That's a beautiful throwback to the original G1 toy. I used to love those rub signs. I thought they were really fun. I love the shark head. The jaws are painted silver. The mouth, the jaws, yeah. The teeth are painted silver. The jaw does work, open and close. The arms have all the same articulation from before. The monster feet have a ball joint here, and then that swivel at the knee for the monster feet. But yeah, I really love it. I honestly, I have nothing to complain about. Like I said, mine doesn't hold together the best, but like I said, I really think that's mine. I don't think that's a problem with the toy on whole, or in large, however you want to say it. Oh, you can take this thing and you can peg it onto the back. You can see these two tabs sticking straight out here. If you move this around, you can see that there's a tab slot there and a tab slot there. So you can drop it and it rolls away. Or alternatively, you can peg it onto these two tabs and it kind of sits on there like that. You can do it that way, or I think you can do it the other way too. I don't think it matters. So I don't like the look of that personally, but it can be done. So you can store that there if you prefer. See, my legs just always keep coming unpegged. I'm wondering if I don't have something 100% pegged in correctly, and that's very possible. But either way, love the look of this shark mode. Really, really do. So in summation, quickly, this guy's fantastic. If you can find him, definitely pick him up. The Terrorcons have been great so far. Hunger was great. This guy's been great. I'm very excited for the other three, and I think when we're all done, Abominus is going to look fantastic. Once I have all 5, I'll probably do a separate video for Abominus, and we'll take a look at all the combinations there and everything. But yeah, this guy's great. I really, like, it's been a long time since we've had an updated version of the Terrorcons. They don't usually get to them when it comes to classics or things because they're so far down the line for G1. So I'm glad we're finally getting them. I think that's great. The closest thing we've had to Terrorcons, I think they named that like small subsection of Energon robots in Energon, the Terrorcons, the ones that could convert the Energon to those little Energon, what would you call them? Little nuggets? I don't know what you would call them. The things that they used to attach to their spark crystal to power them up temporarily. Yeah, I think the Autobots were the Omnicons, the Autobot versions. I'm getting off topic. In any case, this is a fantastic toy. Pick it up. I definitely recommend it. I can't recommend it strongly enough. Everything about this is perfect. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this look at Deluxe Class Terrorcon Rippersnapper from Transformers Power of the Primes. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.